I felt something. I don't know. I felt as though I were being watched.
They made like the Daisy, but it's still Peach. That's Daisy. That's
Jersey Shore Daisy.
That's Jersey Shore.
Snooky Peach.
Snooky Peach. Oh my god.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
The random level.
This is the worst.
Boomerang. Arrow. Boomerang. Ow! Stop it! Ow! Your butt is on fire.
He works out.
It's not misleading.
I mean, it's in her name, right? Pete?
Peach. Bap!
Listen here.
Like, oh. Like, oh. Ow. Oh no, the ground. This map.
Oh, my body.
Yeah!
Separate the twins.
No.
Separate them. The children must be separated. They're all good. Ow! Ow!
Out of here!
That hurts.
Okay, listen, I was in the middle of something. Oh, that's cute.
Well,
What the heck just happened?
Oh, friggin' ice. Ow! Your butt.
I think it's funny that as I try to defend myself like a shield, I just... What's the...
Like the
I just I sacrifice Toad.
Oh,
I just hold him up
you
like...
really do. You hold Toad up as a brick.
Take his life!
A meat shield.
Is it down?
Take Toad instead.
How does it? Maybe just...
Oh yeah, there it is. Suck my Toad. Look at that. I sacrifice you.
Oh, you're enormous. You've grown quite large. Ah! Don't! Ow!
I'll let you finish it.
Ow!
Do it! Do it! We're cheering!
No!
We're cheering!
Agacha!
Yep.
Ow! The cars! Ow! I can't believe I'm still alive. Ah!
Mallet.
Speak! Ah! Oh, ow!
man.
Ow! Ow! Arrow. Holy crap! Oh, I'm defeated! I am straight up dead!
He's so full of rage.
There's no more of me. Hey, E44! Thank you for the vote of confidence. I did go. I went flying as fast as possible off of the screen and exploded in extreme death. How you doing tonight, E44?
Peach, get
Hey!
it together.
Reline. South.
No. I'm down!
I don't want it.
Oh, my hammers.
I hate that little itch. Alright. Focus up here. Use a shield every now and again. Sacrifice Toad.
Oh, butt sling. Oh! Not all of us can just float around with the cars.
Use it to your advantage.
Over here. Yeah.
Oh!
Celebratory.
That was a
code.
good fight! That was a really good fight. Look at that. 2 against 1.
Better than COVID.
Yeah, exactly. You're almost done. You're almost free! Free to go out into public.
Who's two?
I'm Roy.
Okay, kill Roy.
I am a flame-sworded dragon-slaying monster, and you're a dragon!
Is he?
I don't think he is.
Dragons don't have shells.
That's true. It's like a Japanese turtle dragon.
They do have odd things. Entertaining. Get on.
Does not jump very not very fast. No.
Mew. Mr. Mew. Mewtwo
Ow! I got hit by the car because I wasn't paying attention.
is not effective in any way.
Mewtwo is not effective?
No!
Fire!
I just flashed
Fire!
No! I don't want to burn anymore! Look out, car coming. Why did I warn you? Why would I tell you?
You're
that
such
your
a
death
nice
is coming?
feller. Oh, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
It was like an accident.
Oh, man.
I purpled him. I don't know what I did. He turned purple.
Ow!
I can tell how much
Stop!
He's doing so
Whoa,
well.
whoa, Kame!
Are you gonna parry me now? Here, I'm gonna roar at you.
You don't have him now, you do. Blue ball.
That's awesome.
Everyone try something
Here,
else?
Look at it.
I'm throwing him up to you.
Ow! You guys teed that up perfectly. Ow!
I feel like we should do that again. Ready?
Egregious.
And blue ball.
No, that wasn't how this was supposed to go.
My bad,
That's
my bad.
perfect. That's perfect. I like it. Ow! For crying out loud.
I don't have any moves.
Oh, you just whipped me with the little tail.
Ugh, that hurt. I hit you with a sword. You are a dragon. It is your natural state. Ow!
I like it when you're on fire.
Face is
No,
next to mine. And you're looking into my eyes.
oh, I was gonna
You were
smash
so
him.
close to stopping me. Ow!
Go back to the blue balls technique.
Ha! Your range is lacking, Dragon Turtle. Come at me. Ah! I thought that was it. I thought I was dead. That was awful. Oh, that was
What are you
embarrassingly
doing to
bad.
me? You're like flipping. Oh,
Embarrassingly bad. Oh.
the cars.
So Google says Bowser is a Koopa turtle based on the Chinese dragon turtle. So dragon turtle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept
That's
that.
fact.
I mean, I
That's
accept being a
internet
dragon
research.
turtle.
Thank you, E44. Incredibly cool of you.
So,
Thank you.
can a dragon eat Taco Bell and nuggets? Is a dragon's stomach full of fire enough to not
I feel like it would just make.
Oh gosh.
just die?
Yeah, like, does it just go even worse?
It might.
Because, like, my gut is like, oh yeah, a dragon is totally capable. Right? Like, they're the only ones with the fortitude
Or like,
to overcome. Or would it just make it even worse? Would it just make it even worse?
would it blow fire and then maybe puffer and then that catches on fire and it implodes? Like,
Just reverses,
Just
just like
black hole.
Turns
feedback
into
in
a black hole,
microphone,
disappears.
Yeah, like feedback on a microphone, just
Yeah.
a flame fart, like cyclone black hole. That might be.
there's a lot of questions that I need answered.
Pour it over his face, quickly, then close his helmet.
We're going up the mountain. Oh, there's a barricade there. Why is everybody calling me? Jeez. Alright, here we go. Over hill and over dale, we're always on the dusty trail, a hunting fox and hunting quail. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, one stallion. Dum 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 dum. 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 4. Oh, okay, we can't do a cliff though. Here we go. 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Check it out. Man, we're doing great. Look at this. Brucey, stop calling me. How about that? We made it to make out point.
Favorite animal? That's
Agreed.
awesome.
Agreed.
What's everyone's favorite
green,
animal?
Green. Yeah, what is everybody's
Green.
favorite animal? Green.
What's
Green.
yours?
Green,
Ace?
green. Green, 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 There's 2 sharks now. Oh, it was just his tail. Ouch. Okay, if I skirt the ground, he can't get me. He can't. This is weird. This is really weird. He can't bite me. It's like a T-Rex. His arms are too short. He can't reach me. He can't. All right, slow down. Oh, God. No. Oh, he got me. I'm in his mouth. Oh. Oh, my gosh. It's so scary. Ahoy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. My name is Space, and I will be your space captain for the evening. I'm going to fix my chair so that it's not so constricting. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm feeling upbeat. I'm feeling happy tonight. We're going to be reading Coraline by Neil Gaiman. We're going to finish the book tonight. I have been working on chapters 8 and on. By editing them, what I mean by working on them is editing them together so that we can watch them on YouTube in a refined format. But tonight we're going to be doing the rough draft of Coraline for the end of the book. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Let's see here. Chapter 11. Chapter 13. Okay, apparently the chapters are moving really short. So chapter 12, chapter 13, and I think that's it. Chapter 12 and chapter 13, and that's the end of the book for us. So that'll be fantastic. I'm really excited. It's going to be great. Welcome to the stream, everybody, by the way. We've got Lux, we've got Naked Beer Ice, we've got Oshi Fancy. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm so glad to see everybody. It's nice to have you here. It's nice to have my friends backing me up, ready for this journey. I don't know if my voice is ready for this, but we're going to do the best we can. We can get this thing rocking and rolling. So, first things first, I'm going to start recording audio. Oh, yes, by the way, for those of you who are tuned in, who are used to my regular shenanigans, I normally have these like pop-up clips that you can spend your hard-earned chat points on in order to interact with the stream. But in this particular kind of stream, I'm going to be disabling those. So once I switch over to the other screen, unfortunately, any kind of alert that pops up is basically just going to be, I can see what you're trying to do, but it's not going to pop up in order to preserve the purity of the recording, so I don't have to spend 800 hours editing this thing together. So we're going to switch over that way real quick. First of all, I'm going to make sure that my Audacity is properly recording. Now I noticed, yeah, exactly, Beer Ice, exactly. No. Yeah, so get it out of your system now. Let's see here. Now I noticed the last time I did my recording that I was peaking a little bit. I need to check my gain. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. My gain is kind of crazy, so it was up a little high. I'm going to crank it down just a little bit, and then I'm going to check my levels on Audacity, because I don't want it to be like you hear every little gross machination of my mouthful region. I don't want you to have to deal with all of that nonsense. So let's see here. I'm going to hit the record button, and it looks like I am peaking out just a little bit, so I'm going to turn the gain down and see if that helps. This appears to be helping a little bit. Do I sound okay? Tell me, you guys, am I loud? Am I quiet? Am I peeking out? It's better? It's better? Okay, let me crank it down a little bit more. If I go all the way up like this seems, that's the top of the gain. Yeah, that's too much. But if I crank it down like that, then this seems a little bit better, right? 7 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. Let's see here. Too much? 1, 2. Ohayo gozaimashita. Genki desu ka? Ohayo. Hi, genki desu. Owaru. Space Captain Space desu. Right about there? You think that sound? How does that sound right there? Is that too much? Is that too much? Too little? What do you think? And see, I can move the thing up and I can speak away from the microphone so that it's not quite so loud. How does this sound? This is where I'm going to be reading. Right here? Is this going to be okay? Asimasen. Ohayo. Does this sound okay? I feel like this is okay. This seems like it's going to be okay. La da 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 da. Coraline, this and that. Coraline went walking in the forest. Okay, I think that's about right. Okay, I think that should be a little bit better. Okay. Now we'll switch over here, and we're going to transition to a new location. I had to give up the lighthouse. It's true. Its original occupant discovered my living therein, and I needed to escape to another place. I haven't quite made it to another civilized zone. I'm now camping it. I'm roughing it a little bit out in the woods, but I've got a nice cozy fire going. A little tent in the woods. It's kind of cold out there, but we got a nice cozy fire going, so we'll switch over to that real quick. Looks like we're doing it. Is it picking it up? Come on now, tell me it's working. It's not working, it's all black. Come on. Let me mess with this. Just seeing black, huh? Here we go. Oh, here we go. Chrome. There it is. Let's see here. Oh, now it's, oh, there we go. Now the feed is working properly. Here we go. All right. All right, there we go. How's that? You guys see it okay? You see my location now? Can you still hear me? Okay. It looks like I'm recording. It looks like the video feed is coming through. I think we're doing all right. Okay. Hey, Fancy, how you doing tonight? How's the audio? Fancy, is it coming in too hot? Is it coming in too loud? Is it peaking a little bit? Is it too loud, too quiet? Let me know. Okay. Here I go. I'm going to try to prepare myself physically and emotionally for this reading. Here we go. This is before we get attacked by a polar bear. Yeah, a little bit. There is there is a minor risk of attack by polar bear, but don't worry. I have adequate armaments for such primitive creatures attacking my camp. Believe me, this is nothing compared to the Gardakian War of Solar 72, when I had to face 16 Gondarks all by myself with nothing but my sidearm and a pack of bubblegum. It worked out. Don't you worry about it. It'll be okay. They won't follow us into the fire. It's true. Does everybody feel cozy? You guys ready to pull up your blankets? Here we go. Now, you guys in the rough recording, you get to hear all the gross noises that I make. I apologize for that. So, for those of you who weren't here last time when we finished the previous chapters, Coraline was able to secure all of the souls of the children who had been taken by the other mother in ages gone by. Their souls were in the form of small gray marbles, which she was able to secure from each of the different attraction locations of her realm. One in the toy room of the other mother's bedroom that she made for Coraline. One in the Mrs. Spink and Miss Forcible's theater
she pulled it out of the gross cocoon of their making, and then the other was with the crazy man upstairs, who was actually a whole bunch of rats wearing the same suit. And she then came to the conclusion from all the adventures that she'd had that the other mother was not going to keep her word. So in a moment of brilliance, she tricked the other mother into unlocking and opening the door between their worlds by claiming that that's where she thought her parents were, even though she knew they were in the snow globe on the mantelpiece. And then she threw the cat into the other mother's face, and the cat attacked the other mother, clawing at her eyes, while Coraline and then the cat thereafter made a run for it through the doorway. They slammed the door shut, but it felt like something got pinched in the doorway, and as they pulled the thing shut, and Coraline felt something scurrying about her legs as she made it through the mystic portal that was the gateway between her world and the other mother's world, and she emerged on the other side. And it says, Coraline stared at the leaves of the trees, of the patterns of light and shadows on the cracked bark of the trunk of the beech tree outside the window. Then she looked down at her lap, at the way the rich sunlight brushed every hair on the cat's head, turning each white whisker to gold. Nothing, she thought, had ever been so interesting. And caught up in the interestingness of the world, Coraline barely noticed that she had wriggled down and curled cat-like in her grandmother's uncomfortable armchair, nor did she notice when she fell into a deep and dreamless sleep. So she made it back to her world, brave and safe and secure for the first time in a long time, after having saved the children and her parents, and she fell asleep with the cat in her lap, in her real living room, at her real home, with her real family. And that is where we will start chapter 12, which is the beginning of the end of the book Coraline. Oh, wow, I just read... Lux, Naked Beer Eyes, thank you so much. You're amazing. You're amazing for tuning in and helping me and supporting me in this adventure. Thank you very much. Let me know if anything sounds weird or if I need to redo something, guys. I appreciate you listening and being a part of this. Thank you guys for tuning in with me. All right, let's see here. Now, it always takes me about 3 or 4 paragraphs to like warm up to reading. So bear with me, guys. I appreciate your patience and your kindness. Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Chapter 12. Her mother shook her awake gently. Oh, her mother shook her gently awake. Coraline? She said. Darling, what a funny place to fall asleep. And really, this room is for best... Oh, excuse me. And really, this room is only for best. We looked all over the house for you. Coraline? She said. Darling, what a funny place to fall asleep. And really, this room is only for best. We looked all over the house for you. Coraline stretched and blinked. I'm sorry, she said. I fell asleep. I can see that, said her mother. And where did the cat come from? He was waiting by the front door when we came in, shot out like a bullet as I opened it. Probably had things to do, said Coraline. Then she hugged her mother so tightly that her arms began to ache. Her mother hugged Coraline back. Then she hugged her mother so tightly that her arms began to ache. Her mother hugged her back. Her mother hugged Coraline back. Dinner in 15 minutes, said her mother. Don't forget to wash your hands. And just look at those pajama bottoms. What did you do to your poor knee? I tripped, said Coraline. She went into the bathroom, and she washed her hands and she cleaned her bloody knee. She put ointment on her cuts and scrapes. She went into her bedroom, her real bedroom. Her true bedroom. She pushed her hands into the pockets of her dressing gown and she pulled out the 3 marbles, a stone with a... She pushed her hands into the pockets of her... She pushed her hands into the pockets of her... I keep trying to say nightgown, but it's not a nightgown. This is an Englishman who's writing this book. It's a dressing gown. She pushed her hands into the pockets of her dressing gown, and she pulled out the 3 marbles, a stone with a hole in it, the black key, and an empty snow globe. She shook the snow globe and watched the glittery snow swirl through the water to fill the empty world. She shook the snow globe and watched the glittery snow swirl through the water to fill the empty world. She put it down and watched the snow fall, covering the place where the little couple had once stood. She put it down and watched the snow fall, covering the place where the little couple had once stood. Coraline took a piece of string from her toy box, and she strung the black key on the string. Then she knotted the string and hung it around her neck. "There," she said. She put on some clothes and hid the key under her t-shirt. It was cold against her skin. The stone went into her pocket. "There," she said. She put on some clothes and hid the key under her t-shirt. It was cold against her skin. The stone went into her pocket. Coraline walked down the hallway to her father's study. He had his back to her, but she knew, just on seeing him, that his eyes, when he turned around, would be her father's kind gray eyes, and she crept over and she kissed him on the back of his balding head. "Hello, Coraline," he said. Then he looked around and smiled at her. "What was that for?" "Nothing," said Coraline. "I just miss you sometimes. That's all." "Oh, good," he said. He put the computer to sleep, stood up, and then, for no reason at all, he picked Coraline up, which he had not done for such a long time, not since he had started pointing out to her. He put the computer to sleep. Stood up, and then, for no reason at all, picked Coraline up, which he had not done for such a long time, not since he had started pointing out to her she was much too old to be carried. Not since he had started pointing out to her she was much too old to be carried, and he carried her into the kitchen. Dinner that night was pizza, and even though it was homemade by her father, so the crust was alternately thick and doughy and raw or too thin and burnt, and even though he had put 2 slices... Oh, excuse me. I'm warming up, everything is fine. I'm warming up, gotta shake it loose, shake it loose. Dinner that night was pizza, and even though it was homemade by her father, so the crust was alternately thick and doughy and raw or too thin and burnt, and even though he had put slices of green peppers on it, along with little meatballs and, of all things, pineapple chunks, Coraline ate the entire slice that she had been given. Well, she ate everything except the pineapple chunks. It's a girl after my own heart. Pineapple has no business on pizza. I love you guys. I hope we can still be friends after I make such an abrupt and angry and controversial statement. But that's what I believe. And soon enough, it was bedtime. Coraline kept the key around her neck, but she put the gray marbles beneath her pillow, and in the bed that night, Coraline dreamed a dream. Coraline kept the key around her neck. Coraline kept the key around her neck, but she put the gray marbles beneath her pillow, and in bed that night, Coraline dreamed a dream. She was at a picnic under an old oak tree. She was at a picnic under an old oak tree in a green meadow. The sun was high in the sky, while there were distant, fluffy white clouds on the horizon. The sky above her head was a deep, untroubled blue. There was a white linen cloth laid on the grass, with bowls piled high with food. She could see salads and sandwiches, nuts and fruit, jugs of lemonade and water, and thick chocolate milk. Coraline sat on one side of the tablecloth, while 3 other children took a side each. They were dressed in the oddest clothes. The smallest of them, sitting on Coraline's left, was a boy. Was a boy with red velvet knee breeches and a frilly white shirt. His face was dirty, and he was piling his plate high with boiled new potatoes. Boiled new potatoes. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. His face was dirty, and he was piling his plate high with boiled new potatoes, and with what looked like cold, whole cooked trout. "This is the finest of picnics, lady," he said to her. "This is the finest of picnics, lady," he said to her. "Yes," said Coraline, "I think it is. I wonder who organized it." Why, I rather think you did, miss," said a tall girl sitting opposite Coraline. She wore a brown, rather shapeless dress and had a brown bonnet on her head, which tied beneath her chin. "And we are more grateful for it. We are more grateful for it and for all than ever words can say. And we are more grateful for it and for all than ever words can say." She was eating slices of bread and jam, deftly cutting the bread from a large golden brown loaf with a huge knife, then spooning on the purple jam with a wooden spoon. She had jam all around her mouth. Let's see here. "Aye, this is the finest food I've eaten in centuries," said the girl on Coraline's right. She was a very pale child, dressed in what seemed to be spiders' webs, with a circle of glittering silver set about her blonde hair. Coraline could have sworn that the girl had 2 wings, like dusty silver butterfly wings, not bird wings, coming out from her back. The girl's plate was piled high with pretty flowers. She smiled at Coraline as if it had been a very long time since she had smiled, and she almost, but not quite, forgotten how. Let's see here. She smiled at Coraline as if it had been a very long time since she had smiled. She smiled at Coraline as if it had been a very long time since she had smiled, and she had almost, but not quite, forgotten how. Coraline found herself liking this girl immensely. And then, in the way of dreams, the picnic was done, and they were playing in the meadow, running and shouting and tossing a glittering ball from... And then, in the way of dreams, the picnic was done, and they were playing in the meadow, running and shouting and tossing a glittering ball from one to another. Coraline knew it was a dream then, because none of them ever got tired or winded or out of breath. She wasn't even sweating. They just laughed and ran in a game that was partly tag, partly piggy in the middle, and partly just a magnificent romp. 3 of them ran along the ground, while the pale girl flittered a little above their heads. Fluttered. 3 of them ran along the ground, while the pale girl fluttered a little over their heads, swooping down on butterfly wings to grab the ball and swing up again into the sky before she tossed the ball to one of the other children. And then, without a word about it being spoken, the game was done, and the 4 of them went back to the picnic cloth, where the lunch dishes had been cleared away, and there were 4 bowls waiting for them, 3 of ice cream and 1 of honeysuckle flowers piled high. They ate with relish. "Thank you for coming to my party," said Coraline, "if it is mine." "The pleasure is ours, Coraline Jones. The pleasure is ours, Coraline Jones," said the winged girl, nibbling another honeysuckle blossom. "If there were but something we could do for you, to thank you for... If there were but something we could do for you, to thank you and to reward you." "I," said the boy with the red velvet breeches. "I," said the boy with the red velvet breeches and the dirty face. He put out his hand and held Coraline's hand with his own. It was warm now. "It was a fine thing you did for us, miss," said the tall girl. She now had a smear of chocolate ice cream all around her lips. "It was a fine thing you did for us, miss," said the tall girl. She now had a smear of chocolate ice cream all around her lips. I'm just pleased it's all over," said Coraline. Was it her imagination, or did a shadow cross the faces of the other children at the picnic? Was it her imagination, or did a shadow cross the faces of the other children at the picnic? Was it her imagination, or did a shadow cross the faces of the other children at the picnic? The winged girl, the circlet in her hair glittering like a star, rested her fingers for a moment on the back of Coraline's hand. "It is over and done for us," she said. This is our staging post. From here, we three will set out for uncharted lands, and what comes after, no one alive can say." She stopped talking. "But there's a but, isn't there?" said Coraline. "I can feel it, like a rain cloud." The boy on her left tried to smile bravely, but his lower lip began to tremble, and he bit it with his upper teeth and said nothing. The girl in the brown bonnet shifted uncomfortably and said, "Yes, miss." "But I got you three back," said Coraline. "I got Mum and Dad back. I shut the door. I locked it. What more what more was I meant to do?" "But I got you three back," said Coraline. "I got Mum and Dad back. I shut the door. I locked it. What more was I meant to do?" The boy squeezed Coraline's hand with his. He found himself remembering. She found herself remembering when it Oh yeah, there we go. She found herself remembering when it had been she trying to reassure him, when he was little more than a cold memory in the darkness. Can't you give me a clue?" asked Coraline. "Isn't there something you can tell me?" The beldam swore by her good right hand," said the tall girl. "But she lied." My governess," said the boy, used to say that nobody is ever given more to shoulder than he or she can bear. My governess," said the boy, "used to say that nobody is given more to shoulder than he or she can bear." He shrugged after this, as if he had not yet made up his own mind whether or not it was true. "We wish you luck," said the winged girl. "Good fortune and wisdom and courage, although you have already shown that you have all three of those blessings, and in abundance. And in abundance." "She hates you," blurted out the boy. "She hasn't lost anything for so long. Be wise, be brave, be tricky." It's not fair," said Coraline in her dream. "But it's not fair," said Coraline in her dream, angrily. "It's just not fair. It should be over." The boy with the dirty face stood up and hugged Coraline tightly. "Take comfort in this," he whispered. "Thou art alive. Thou livest." And in her dream, Coraline saw the sun had set, and the stars were twinkling in the darkening sky. Coraline stood in the meadow. Coraline stood in the meadow, and she watched as the 3 children, 2 of them walking, 1 flying, went away from her across the grass, silver in the light of the huge moon. The 3 of them came to a small wooden bridge over a stream. The 3 of them came to a small wooden bridge over a stream. They stopped there and turned and waved, and Coraline waved back. And what came after was darkness. Coraline woke in the early hours of the morning, convinced she had heard something moving. Coraline woke in the early hours of the morning, convinced she had heard something moving, but unsure what it was. She waited. Something made a rustling noise outside her bedroom door. She wondered if it was a rat. The door rattled. Coraline clambered out of bed. "Go away," said Coraline sharply. "Go away or you'll be sorry." There was a pause. Then, the whatever it was scuttered. Then, there was a pause. Then, the whatever it was scuttled away down the hall. There was something odd and irregular about its footsteps, if they were footsteps. Coraline found herself wondering if it was, perhaps, a rat with an extra leg. Coraline found herself wondering if it was perhaps a rat with an extra leg. How do I say this sentence? Coraline found herself wondering if it was perhaps a rat with an extra leg. "It isn't over, is it?" she said to herself. Then she opened the bedroom door. The gray pre-dawn light showed her the whole of the corridor, completely deserted. She went toward the front door. Sparing a hasty glance back at the wardrobe door mirror hanging at the wall at the other end of the hallway. Okay. She went toward the front door, sparing a hasty glance back at the wardrobe door. Blah, blah, blah. "How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?" Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Blah, 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 blah. She went toward the front door, sparing a hasty glance back at the wardrobe door mirror hanging on the wall at the other end of the hallway, seeing nothing but her own pale face staring back at her, looking sleepy and serious. Gentle, reassuring snores came from her parents' bedroom, but the door was closed. All the doors off the corridor were closed. Whatever the scuttling thing was, it had to be here somewhere. Whatever the scuttling thing was, it had to be here somewhere. Coraline opened the front door and looked at the gray sky. She wondered how long it would be until the sun came up. Wondered whether her dream had been a true thing. Wondered whether her dream had been a true thing, while knowing in her heart that it had been. Something she had taken to be part of the shadow under the couch detached itself from beneath the couch and made a mad scrabbling rush on its long white legs, heading for the front door. Here we go. Something she had taken to be part of the shadows under the hall. Something she had taken to be part of the shadows under the hall couch detached itself from beneath the couch and made a mad dash, scrambling. And let me try this again. Something she had taken to be part of the shadows under the hall couch detached itself from beneath the couch and made a mad, scrabbling rush. I got this. Slow and careful. Something she had taken to be part of the shadows under the hall couch detached itself from beneath the couch and made a mad, scrabbling rush on its long white legs, heading for the front door. Something she had taken to be part of the shadows under the hall couch detached itself from beneath the couch and made a mad, scrabbling rush on its long white legs, heading for the front door. Coraline's mouth dropped open in horror, and she stepped out of the way as the thing clicked. Coraline's mouth dropped open in horror, and she stepped out of the way as the thing clicked and scuttled. These sentences are getting intense and long. Let me do this again. Coraline's mouth dropped open in horror, and she stepped out of the way as the thing clicked and scuttled past her and out of the house, running crab-like on its too many tapping, clicking, scurrying feet. She knew what it was, and she knew what it was after. She knew what it was, and she knew what it was after. She had seen it too many times in the last few days, reaching and clutching and snatching and popping black beetles obediently. She knew what it was, and she knew what it was after. She had seen it too many times in the last few days, reaching and clutching and snatching and popping black beetles obediently into the other mother's mouth. 5-footed, crimson-nailed, the color of bone. It was the other mother's right hand. It was the other mother's right hand. It wanted the black key. It wanted the black key. Yeesh, that's gross looking and scary. All right, I'm going to switch back real quick to the just chatting screen for anybody who's there. I'm going to show you the illustration really quickly. Let me see if I can get it to show up. Oh, come on, does it need my face? There it is. Try to get it so it sees my face and the illustration. Phasing in and out of reality. There. I don't know if you can see that. Try to do it like this. Oh, come on. Come on. Ah. It's hardly working. Anyway, here we go. This is the last chapter. In my opinion. I don't know if you don't think that's a creepy end. Pizza is a non-discriminatory food. All are welcome and can call pizza home. Pineapple, you are always welcome at my pizza, even if Space is a pineapple racist. Hey man, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I appreciate your openness. All right, let's see. All right. Dog is like over there digging and scratching at my couch. Here we go. Chapter 13. Chapter 13. Chapter 13. Coraline's parents never seemed to remember anything about their time in the snow globe. At least they never said anything about it, and Coraline never mentioned it to them. Coraline's parents never seemed... Wait, let's see here. At least they never said anything about it, and Coraline never mentioned it to them. Sometimes she wondered whether they had ever noticed that they had been... Sometimes she wondered whether they had ever noticed that they had lost 2 days in the real world, and come to an eventual conclusion that they had not. Sometimes she wondered whether they had ever noticed that they had lost 2 days in the real world and come to the eventual conclusion that they had not. Then again, there are some people who keep track of every day and every hour, and there are people who don't. And Coraline's parents were solidly in the second camp. Coraline had placed the marbles beneath her pillow before she went to sleep that first night home in her own. Coraline had placed the marbles beneath her pillow before she went to sleep that first night home in her own room once more. She went back to bed after she saw the other mother's hand, although there was not much time left for. She went back to bed after she saw the other mother's hand. Oh my gosh, my dog is got the zoomies and is running around on my couch behind me. She went back to bed after she saw the other mother's hand, although there was not much time left for sleeping, and she rested her head back on the pillow. Something scrunched gently as she did. She sat up and lifted the pillow. The fragments of the glass marbles she saw. The fragments of the glass marbles that she saw looked like the remnants of eggshells one finds beneath trees in springtime, like empty, broken robin's eggs, or even more delicate, wren's eggs, perhaps. Whatever had been inside the glass spheres had gone. Coraline thought of the 3 children waving goodbye to her in the moonlight, waving before they crossed that silver stream. She gathered up the eggshell-thin fragments with care and placed them in a small blue box which had once held the bracelet. She gathered up the eggshell-thin fragments with care and placed them in a small blue box which had once held a bracelet that her grandmother had given her when she was a little girl. The bracelet was long gone, but the box remained. Miss Spink and Miss Forcible came back from visiting Miss Spink's niece, and Coraline went down to their flat for tea. It was a Monday. On Wednesday, Coraline would go back to school. On Wednesday, Coraline would go back to school. A whole new school year would begin. Miss Forcible insisted on reading Coraline's tea leaves. Looks like everything's mostly ship-shape. Looks like everything's mostly ship-shape and Bristol fashion, lovey. Looks like everything's mostly ship-shape and Bristol fashion, lovey, said Miss Forcible. Sorry, said Coraline. Everything's coming up roses, said Miss Forcible. Almost everything. I'm not sure what that is. She pointed to a clump of tea leaves sticking to the side of the cup. Miss Spink tutted and reached for the cup. Oh, actually, that was the other person who said that. Almost everything. I'm not sure what that is. She pointed to a clump of tea leaves sticking to the side of the cup. Miss Spink tutted and reached for the cup. Honestly, Miriam, give it over here. Let me see. She blinked through her thick spectacles. Oh, dear. No, I have no idea what that signifies. It looks almost like a hand. Coraline looked. The clump of leaves did look a little like a hand, reaching for something. Hamish the Scotty dog was hiding under Miss Forcible's chair and wouldn't come out. Hamish the Scotty dog was hiding under Miss Forcible's chair and he wouldn't come out. I think he was in some sort of fight, said Miss Spink. He has a deep gash in his side. Poor dear. We'll take him to the vet later this afternoon. I wish I knew what could have done it. Something, Coraline knew. Something, Coraline knew, would have to be done. That final week of holidays, the weather was magnificent, as if the summer itself were trying to make up for the miserable weather that they had been having by giving them something bright and glorious days before it ended. That final week of holidays, the weather was magnificent, as if summer itself were trying to make up for the miserable weather they had been having by giving them some... That final week of holidays, the weather was magnificent, as if the summer itself were trying to make up for the miserable weather they had been having by giving them something bright and glorious days before it ended. The crazy old man upstairs called down to Coraline when he saw her coming out of Miss Spink's and Miss Forcible's flat. "Hey, hi, you, Caroline!" he shouted over the railing.
"It's Coraline," she said. "How are the mice?"
"Something has them frightened. Oh, something has frightened them," said the old man. Scratching his mustache. "I think maybe there is a weasel in the house. Something is about. I heard it in the night. In my country, we would put down a trap for it. Maybe put down a little meat or hamburger, and when the creature comes to feast, then bam! It would be caught and never bother us more. The mice are so scared they will not even pick up their little musical instruments."
"I don't think it wants meat," said Coraline.
"I don't think it wants meat," said Coraline. She put her hand up and touched the black key that hung about her neck. Then she went inside. She bathed herself and kept the key around her neck the whole time she was in the bath. She never took it off anymore. Something scratched at her bedroom window after she went to bed. Coraline was almost asleep, but she slipped out of her bed and pulled open the curtains. Something scratched at her bedroom window. Something scratched at her bedroom window after she went to bed. Coraline was almost asleep, but she slipped out of her bed and pulled open the curtains. A white hand with crimson fingernails leapt from the window ledge. A white hand with crimson fingernails leapt from the window ledge onto a drain pipe. A white hand with crimson fingernails leapt from the window ledge onto a drain pipe and was immediately out of sight. There were deep gouges in the glass on the other side of the window. Coraline slept uneasily that night, waking up from time to time to plot and plan and ponder, then falling back into sleep, never quite certain whether her pounding. Coraline slept uneasy that night, waking from time to time to plot and plan and ponder, then falling back into sleep, never quite certain where her pondering ended and the dream began. Then falling back into sleep, never quite certain where her pondering ended and the dream began, one ear always open for the sound of something scratching at her window pane or at her bedroom door. In the morning, Coraline said to her mother,
"I'm going to have a picnic with my dolls today. Can I borrow a sheet? An old one? One you don't need any longer? As a tablecloth? I'm going to have a picnic with my dolls today. Can I borrow a sheet? An old one? One you don't need any longer? As a tablecloth?" I don't think we have one of those," said her mother.
She opened the kitchen drawer that held the napkins and the tablecloths, and she prodded at. She opened the kitchen drawer that held the napkins and the tablecloths, and she prodded about in it.
Hold on. Will this do?
It was a folded-up disposable paper tablecloth covered with red flowers. It was a folded-up disposable paper. It was a folded-up disposable paper tablecloth covered with red flowers, left over from some picnic they had been on several years before.
That's perfect, said Coraline.
I didn't think you played with your dolls anymore. I didn't think you played with your dolls anymore, said Mrs. Jones.
I don't,
admitted Coraline.
They're protective coloration. Well, be back in time for lunch, said her mother. Have a good time.
Coraline filled a cardboard box with dolls. Coraline filled a cardboard box with dolls, and with several plastic Coraline filled a cardboard box with dolls, and with several plastic dolls' teacups. She filled a jug with water. Then she went outside. She walked down the road. Just as if she was going to the shops. Before she reached the supermarket, she cut across a fence into. Before she reached the supermarket, she I wish I could speak. Forgive me. How's everybody doing, by the way? You guys still hanging on? You got your blankets pulled up? Then she went outside. She walked down the road, just as if she were going to the shops. Before she reached the supermarket, she cut across a fence into some wasteland and along an old drive, then crawled under a hedge. She had to go under the hedge in 2 journeys in order not to spill the jug of. She had to go under the hedge in 2 journeys in order not to spill the water from the jug. It was a long, roundabout, looping journey, but at the end of it, Coraline was satisfied that she had not been followed. She came out from behind the dilapidated old tennis court. She crossed over it to the meadow where the long grass swayed. She found the planks on the edge of the meadow. They were astonishingly heavy, almost too heavy for a girl to lift, even using all of her strength. But she managed. They were astonishingly heavy, almost too heavy for a girl to lift, even using all of her strength, but she managed. She didn't have any choice. She pulled the planks out of the way. One by one, grunting and sweating with the effort, revealing a deep. She pulled the planks out of the way, one by one, grunting and sweating with effort, revealing a deep, round, brick-lined hole in the ground. It smelled of damp and the dark. The bricks were greenish and slippery. She spread out the tablecloth and laid it carefully over the top of the well. She put a plastic doll's cup every foot or so at the edge of the well, She put a plastic doll's cup every foot or so at the edge of the well, and she weighed each cup down with water from the jug. She put a doll on the grass beside each cup, making it look as much like a doll's tea party as she could. Then she retraced her steps back under the hedge, along the dusty yellow drive, around the back of the shop, back to her house. She reached up and took the key from around her neck. She dangled it from the string as if the key were just something she liked to play with. Then she knocked on the door of Miss Spink and Miss Forcible's flat. Miss Spink opened the door.
"Hello, dear," she said. I don't want to come in, said Coraline. I just wanted to find out how Hamish was doing.
Miss Spink sighed.
Oh, the vet says that Hamish is a brave little soldier, she said. Luckily, the cut doesn't seem to be infected. We can't imagine what could have done it. The vet says some animal. The vet says some animal, he thinks, but has no idea what. Mr. Bobo says he thinks it might have been a weasel. Mr. Bobo says he thinks it might have been a weasel. Mr. Bobo? The man in the top flat. Mr. Bobo. Fine old circus family, I believe. Romanian or Slovenian. Slovenian.
Yeah, let me try to say these correctly. I don't want to say these wrong.
The man in the top flat. Mr. Bobo. Fine old circus family. Fine old circus family, I believe. Romanian or Slovenian or Livanian or one of those countries. Bless me, I can never remember them any more.
It had never occurred to Coraline that the crazy old man upstairs actually had a name. It had never occurred to Coraline that the crazy old man upstairs actually had a name. She realized. It never occurred to Coraline that the crazy old man upstairs actually had a name, she realized. If she'd known his name was Mr. Bobo, she would have said it every chance she got. How often do you get to say a name like Mr. Bobo aloud?
Oh, said Coraline to Miss Spink. Mr. Bobo, right. Well, she said a little louder. I'm going to go and play with my dolls now, over by the old tennis court, round the back. That's nice, dear, said Miss Spink. Then, that's nice, dear, said Miss Spink. Then she added, confidently, make sure you keep an eye out for the old well. Mr. Lovett,
who was here before your time, said that he thought it might go down for a half a mile or so. Okay.
Make sure you keep your eye out for the old well. Mr. Lovett, who was here before your time, said that he thought it might go down for half a mile or more.
Coraline hoped that the hand had heard. Coraline hoped that the hand had not heard this last, and she changed the subject.
This key? Said Coraline loudly. Oh, it's just some old key from the house. It's part of my game. That's why I'm carrying it around with me on this piece of string. Well, goodbye now. What an extraordinary child. What an extraordinary child, said Miss Spink to herself as she closed the door.
Coraline ambled across the meadow towards the old tennis court, dangling and swinging the black key on its piece of string as she walked. Several times she saw something. There's so many S's and T's that it's hard to get my mouth to move the right way. Several times she thought she saw something the color of bone in the undergrowth. It was keeping pace with her about 30 feet away. She tried to whistle, but nothing happened, so she sang out loud, a song her father had made up for her when she was a... She tried to whistle, but nothing happened, so she sang out loud instead, a song her father had made up for her when she was a little baby, and which she had always... She tried to whistle, but nothing happened, so she sang out loud instead, a song her father had made up for her when she was a little baby, and which had always made her laugh. It went, "Oh, my twitchy witchy girl, I think you are so nice. I give you bowls of porridge and I give you bowls of ice. Cream. I give you lots of kisses, and I give you lots of hugs, and I never give you sandwiches with bugs in. I think I did that right. Oh, my twitchy witchy girl, I think you are so nice. I give you bowls of porridge, and I give you bowls of ice cream. I give you lots of kisses, and give you lots of hugs, but never give you sandwiches with bugs in. With bugs in. Something like that. And that was what she sang as she sauntered through the woods, and her voice. And that is what she sang as she sauntered through the woods, and her voice hardly trembled at all. The doll's tea party was where she had left it. The doll's tea party was where she had left it. She was relieved that it was not a windy day, for everything was still in its place, every water-filled plastic cup weighing down the paper tablecloth, as it was meant to. The doll's tea party was where she had left it. She was relieved that it was not a windy day, for everything was still in its place, every water-filled plastic cup weighed down the paper tablecloth as it was meant to. Every water-filled plastic cup weighed down the paper tablecloth as it was meant to. She breathed a sigh of relief. Now was the hardest part. Now was the hardest part.
Hello, dolls, she said brightly. It's tea time.
She walked close to the paper tablecloth.
I brought the lucky key, she told the dolls, to make sure we have a good picnic.
And then, as carefully as she could, she leaned over and gently placed the key on the tablecloth. She was still holding on to the string. She held her breath, hoping that the cups of water at the edge of the well would weigh the cloth down, letting it take the weight of the key without collapsing into the well. The key sat in the middle of the paper picnic cloth. Coraline let go of the string and took a step back. Now it was all up to the hand. She turned to her dolls.
Who would like a piece of cherry cake? She asked. Jemina, Pinky, Primrose?
And she served each doll a slice of invisible cake on an invisible plate, chattering happily as she did so. From the corner of her eye, she saw something bone white scamper from one tree trunk to another, closer and closer. She forced herself not to look at it.
Jemina, said Coraline, what a bad girl you are. You've dropped your cake. Now I'll have to go over and get you a whole new slice.
And she walked around the tea party until she was on the other side of it to the hand. She pretended to clean up spilled cake and to get Jemina another piece. And then, in a skittering, chattering rush, it came. The hand running high on its fingertips, scrabbling through the tall grass and up onto the tree stump. The hand running high on its fingertips, scrabbled through the tall grass and up onto a tree stump. It stood there for a moment, like a crab tasting the air, and then it made one triumphant nail-clacking leap into the center of the... It stood there for a moment, like a crab tasting the air, and then it made one triumphant nail-clacking leap onto the center of the paper tablecloth. Time slowed for Coraline. The white fingers closed around the black key. And then the weight and momentum of the hand sent the plastic doll cup, And then the weight and momentum of the hand sent the plastic doll's cups flying, and the paper tablecloth, the key, and the other mother's right hand went tumbling down into the darkness of the well. Coraline counted slowly under her breath. Coraline counted slowly under her breath. She got up to 40 before she heard a muffled splash coming from a long way below. Coraline counted slowly under her breath. She got up to 40 before she heard a muffled splash coming from a long way below. Someone had once told her that if you looked up at the sky from the bottom of a mine shaft, even in the brightest daylight, you see a night sky and stars. Coraline wondered if the hand could see stars from where it was. She hauled the heavy planks back onto the well, covering it carefully as she hauled the heavy planks back onto the well, covering it as carefully as she could. She didn't want anything to fall in. She didn't want anything to ever get out. She hauled the heavy planks back onto the well, covering it as carefully as she could. She didn't want anything to fall in. She didn't want anything ever getting out. She didn't want anything ever to get out. Then she put her dolls and the cups back in the cardboard box she had carried them out in. Something caught her eye while she was doing this, and she straightened up in time to see. Something caught her eye while she was doing this, and she straightened up in time to see the black cat stalking toward her. Its tail held high and curled at the tip like a question mark. Something caught her eye while she was doing this, and she straightened up in time to see the black cat walking towards her. Its tail held high and curled at the tip like a question mark. It was the first time she had seen the cat in several days, since they had returned together from the other mother's place. The cat walked over to her and jumped up onto the planks that covered the well. Then, slowly, it winked one eye at her. It sprang down into the long grass in front of her. It sprang down into the long grass in front of her and rolled over onto its back, wiggling about ecstatically. Coraline scratched and tickled the soft fur on its belly, and the cat purred contentedly. When it had had enough, it rolled over onto its front once more and walked back toward the tennis court, like a tiny patch of midnight in the midday sun. Coraline went back to the house. Mr. Bobo was waiting for her in the driveway. He clapped her on the shoulder. "The mice tell me that all is good. The mice tell me that all is good," he said. "They say that you are our savior, Coraline." "Oh, excuse me. The mice tell me that all is good," he said. "They say you are our savior, Caroline."
"It's Coraline, Mr. Bobo," said Coraline. "Not Caroline. Coraline."
"Coraline," said Mr. Bobo, repeating her name to himself. "Coraline," said Mr. Bobo, repeating her name to himself with wonderment and respect. "Very good, Coraline. The mice say I must tell you that as soon as they are ready to perform in public, you will come up and watch them as their first audience of all." I need to do that one again. "The mice say I must tell you that as soon as they are ready to perform in public, you will come up to watch them as the first audience of all. They will play trumpety-trump." Oh, wait, let's see here. I need to do this. I need to make sure I do this right. Very good, said Coraline. The mice say that I must tell you that as soon as they are ready to perform in public, you will come up and watch them as the first audience of all. They will play Tumpty Tumpty and Toodly Toodle Oodle and Toodle Oodle, and they will dance and do 1,000 tricks. That is what they say. Oh, good. Good, Beer Eyes. I'm glad. That's great. I'm glad you're being productive. That's great work. Okay. Very good. The mice say that I must tell you that as soon as they are ready to perform in public, you will come up and watch them as the first audience of all. They will play They will play Tumpty Umpty and Toodle-Oodle, and they will dance and do 1,000 tricks. That is what they say. That is what they say.
I would like that very much, said Coraline. When they're ready. I would like that very much, said Coraline. When they're ready.
She knocked on Miss Spink and Miss Forcible's door. Miss Spink let her in. Miss Spink let her in, and Coraline went into their parlor. She put her box of dolls down on the floor. She put her box of dolls down on the floor. Then she put her hand into her pocket and pulled out the stone with the hole in it. Here you go, she said. I don't need it any more. I'm very grateful. I think it may have saved my life and saved some other people's death. I think it may have saved my life. I think it may have saved my life and saved some other people's death. She gave them both tight hugs, although her arms barely stretched around Miss Spink's and Miss Forcible. She gave them both tight hugs, although her arms barely stretched around Miss Spink, and Miss Forcible smelled like Miss Forcible smelled like the raw garlic she had been cutting. Then Coraline picked up her box of dolls and went out. What an extraordinary child, said Miss Spink. No one had hugged her like that since she had retired from the theater. No one had hugged her like that since she had retired from the theater. Oh, come on. You guys hear that noise? That car driving around outside? And they do this at like 10:30 at night, like they're on. It's crazy. Anyway. No one had hugged her like that. No one had hugged her like that since she had retired from the theater. No one had retired. No one had hugged her like that since she had retired from the theater. Vroom, vroomy vroom. No one had hugged her. No one had hugged her like that since she had retired from the theater. That night, Coraline lay in bed, all bathed, That night, Coraline lay in bed, all bathed, teeth cleaned, with her eyes open, staring up at the ceiling. It was warm enough that now that it was warm enough that now that the hand was gone, she had opened her bedroom window wide. She had insisted to her father that the curtains not be entirely closed. She had insisted to her father that the curtains not be entirely closed. Her new school clothes were laid out carefully on her chair. Her new school clothes were laid out carefully on her chair for her to put on when she woke. Her new school clothes were laid out carefully on her chair for her to put on when she woke. Normally, on the night before the first day of term, Normally, on the night before the first day of term, Coraline was apprehensive and nervous, but she realized that there was nothing left about school that could scare her anymore. She fancied she could hear sweet music on the night air. She fancied she could hear sweet music on the midnight air. No. She fancied she could hear sweet music on the night air. The kind of music that can only be played on the tiniest silver trombones and the kind of music that can only be played on the tiniest silver trombones and trumpets and bassoons. The kind of music that can only be played on the tiniest silver trombones and trumpets and bassoons, on piccolos and tubas so delicate and small that their keys could only be pressed by the tiny pink fingers of white mice. Coraline imagined that she was, let me do that one again, the kind of music that can only be played on the tiniest silver trombones and trumpets, the kind of music that can only be played on the tiniest silver trombones and trumpets and bassoons, on piccolos and tubas so delicate, on piccolos and tubas so delicate, and on piccolos and tubas so small, and, oh my gosh, let me do this right. The kind of music that can only be played on the tiniest silver trombones and trumpets and bassoons, on piccolos and tubas so delicate and small that their keys could only be pressed by the tiny pink fingers of white mice. Coraline imagined that she was back again in her dream, with the two girls and the boy under the oak tree in the meadow, and she smiled. As the first stars came out, Coraline finally allowed herself to drift into sleep, while the gentle upstairs music of the mouse circus spilled out into the warm evening air, telling the world that the summer was almost done. As the first stars came out, Coraline finally allowed herself to drift. As the first stars came out, Coraline finally allowed herself to drift into sleep, while the gentle upstairs music of the mouse circus spilled out onto the warm evening air, telling the world that the summer was almost done. Gotta finish this strong. It's the last paragraph of the book. Here I go. As the first stars came out, Coraline finally allowed herself to drift into sleep, while the gentle upstairs music As the first stars came out, Coraline finally allowed herself to drift into sleep, while the upstairs music of the mouse circus spilled out onto the warm evening air, telling the world that the summer was almost done. As the first stars came out, Coraline finally allowed herself to drift into sleep, while the gentle upstairs music of the mouse circus spilled out onto the warm evening air, telling the world that the summer was almost done. This has been Coraline by Neil Gaiman and narrated by Space Captain Space. This has been Coraline by Neil Gaiman and narrated by Will Bowen, or Space Captain Space. This has been Coraline, narrated by Neil Gaiman. This has been Coraline by Neil Gaiman and narrated by Space Captain Space. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for coming along with me on this adventure. And please, there we go. I'm Ron Burgundy. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. And please, thank you for joining me on this adventure, and I hope that we may have many more together in the future. If you like what you've heard, or you'd like to join us in this crew, or if you'd like to join us on future adventures, how do I say this? What am I trying to say, you guys? What am I trying to say? Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and I hope we can have many more together in the future. Please follow. If you liked this reading, please hit the like button, and please subscribe. If you like this story, please hit the like button, and consider subscribing for future adventures. How do I say this? That's pandering, right? Am I like pandering? Or what do I do about this? Let's see this. If you enjoyed this narration, I encourage you to please go to your local bookstores and purchase your own copy of Coraline by Neil Gaiman or any of his other books. He is a favorite author of mine, and I am truly honored to have been able to read this story of his out loud for you. And I am truly honored to have been able to read this story out loud for all of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you can join us on many adventures in the future. My name is Space, and I have been your space captain on this adventure. Thank you for joining us. I don't know, something like that. It's okay to do a little bit of plugging. I suppose, right? Please consider sharing these videos. Please consider sharing this playlist with your friends and family. Oh, hey, that's a really good pumpkin. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hey, ho. Hey, hi, ho, ho. Welcome, welcome. If you'd like to join us in the future, if you would like to join us for future readings. There you go. Yeah. Appreciate you taking time from your day and spending it with us. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. I appreciate you taking time from your day. I appreciate you taking time from your day and spending it with us. If you'd like to join us for future readings, please consider hitting the like button or subscribing to the channel. Please let your friends know about this playlist and share the adventure. Neil Gaiman is a favorite author of mine. Neil Gaiman is a favorite author of mine, and I'd really let me see here. See, if you enjoyed this book, please head down to your local bookstore and purchase a copy of it for yourself. Neil Gaiman is an incredible author with many other great titles. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Remember to be brave and always do your best. I don't know what to say. What's my slogan? Remember to be brave and be the hero that you know you are. All right, I think that's about where I'm at with that one. I'm going to hit the stop button on this recording and bing. Whew. Okay, now I'm going to save it. File, save project. Okay, as Coraline part 4 uncompressed. Save. Okay, here we go. Boom shakalaka. Okay. If you enjoy the content and enjoy the stories that are debuted, please consider following or subscribing for even more content. Oh, that's so good, Pumpkin. That's so good. That's really good. I'm going to record that. If you enjoy the content and enjoy the stories that are debuted, please consider following or subscribing for even more content. Dude, that was fantastic. Holy smokes, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Man, that was an adventure. I can't believe it. We read the whole book. We finished it. Coraline is done. What'd you think? How'd it go? Was that okay? Did it work out all right? Let's see here. Was that all right? Did that work out okay? Good gravy. Man, I'm sweating. Holy smokes. Oh, gee whiz. Thanks for putting up with all of my rereading, by the way. I get so nervous. I just want to do it right. Thank you, Lux. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, man. Dude, it really does. It takes a chunk of time to get this stuff put together. Thank you very much. Hey, Pumpkin, that's fantastic. I'd like to read one of your books. How can I get a hold of one of these books? How can I see one of these books? That sounds fantastic. And thank you very much, you guys, for joining me on this. This has been an absolute blast. Oh, golly. Oh, man. It's only 10:40. We've only been streaming for about an hour and a half now. Good gravy. Holy smokes. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Well, I will be the first one to buy it, Pumpkin. Let me know. Make sure that we know about it, huh? Make sure that you put it in the let us know in the Discord when you got it ready to rumble, and we will I'll be your first purchaser, man. I'd like to get a hold of a signed copy. That'd be fantastic. The question is now, what's the next book? I need to find out if there's any other books that are like in this list of like approved for public use and public, for the public to use or whatever, and see if we can get like, and see if we can get another one to read, We've talked about reading The Princess Bride next, which I love. The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride is one of my favorite books of all times. There are some other things too. People have put in the Discord, there's actually a section, there's a thread that a room, I don't know what you'd call it, that is for suggesting things to read next. And there's a whole bunch of suggested Skyrim books, like books from the game Skyrim, that I think I might take a crack at. Ooh, the Tales of Cthulhu. The deep, dark old ones. Get that stuff going. I know, right? I should have done something for Halloween. I guess Coraline is a little bit of a Halloween style book, right? It's a little bit in that genre. It's a little bit in that ballpark, right? Let's see here. Question is what to do with the rest of the stream. I got a few minutes to keep streaming, you know what I mean? Let's see here. The Graveyard Book. Oh, I love the Graveyard Book. Holy moly, I love the Graveyard Book. That's a great one. Oh, that's a great suggestion. I'm thinking what ought I to do? Let's see here. I am going to, that's the thing. I would like to, but I'm like, I don't have a ton of time, right? So what if I just do, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a couple of rounds of Noita. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a couple of rounds of Noita. And then we will raid somebody. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to play some Noita. And the cool thing is if the mod is still working, then we should be able to, you guys will be able to interact with me while I play Noita. How's that sound? Let's see here. So, what do you think? Is the best thing to do to like finish this stream and then start another one? Like stop streaming and then start streaming again? So that it's categorized properly? Huh? Ahoy, ahoy, ahoy! 8, how are you tonight? Let's see here. So here's what I'm going to do. You can break it into chapters? I've never done that before. You're the pro, man. You're the pro. Let's see here. I need to do some shout outs real quick too. I don't know if any of you guys know this or not, but Mr. Naked Beer Ice is like an incredibly talented streamer. Does incredibly cool stuff. Check this stuff out. I don't know if you guys have already headed over that way and like given a follow, but the content is wicked awesome. It's some good stuff. It's some really good stuff. Gotta head over that way. Look at this. What on earth are you playing?
Oh, fuck my heart. Fuck.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Stop playing the usual, huh? Dude, well, that's still an interesting one. Also, this is Lux, you guys. You gotta go check out Lux. She's an absolute peach. Oh my gosh, Lux, you got your camera up and you got the You got the headphones. Lux, I'm so happy for you. That's fantastic. I need to go and watch your videos. That sounds great. Lux is amazing, you guys. Lux has been one of the most supportive people I've ever met in my entire life. Check her out and give her a follow. An absolute peach of a human being. Incredible person. Incredible, incredible. 8, you're tired? What else is new, huh? What else is new? How you doing, 8? How do I break it into chapters? You know what? I think it just chooses a random clip from your clips pool. I think that's what it does. I think it just chooses a random clip from your clips pool. Let's see. Let's see here. You know what I'll do? It's okay. I'm just going to jump in. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to just play this game. I'm playing this for you guys. That's what I'm doing. This is what's happening here. This is what's happening here. Let's do this thing. Take me, portal of justice. Take me to the land of wizardy. Take me to the deep dungeons of wizarddom, where we can play a new game. And everybody will join us, and you guys can watch me die horrible, embarrassing deaths as a wee wizard in the deep darkness of space. I'm feeling pretty good for Thanksgiving, honestly. I think it's pretty great. The only thing that would make... Whoa, something's already happening down there. The only thing that would make it better is if 8 was coming to my place instead of her mom's house. She's ditching us for her mom. What's this? Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't played this game in so long. I'm going to be so noob at this. How about you? Are you ready for Thanksgiving? It's going to be good. I'm going to have a lot of family in town, a lot of hanging out, a lot of goofing off. It's going to be good. Get to see people I haven't seen in a good chunk of time. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We said we don't want your dirty kind here. You filthy, filthy peasant. Skadoosh. In the bottom right corner, you will notice that the chat is now able to vote on what they would like to have happen in my game of Noita. Holy smokes. Naked Beer Ice, how incredibly generous of you. Paying it forward from Sky Collective. Naked Beer Ice has just gifted a sub. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How incredibly generous of you. How incredibly generous. Uh-oh, a shower. Oh, good. I could use some water. I'm gonna clean my little wizard body. I'm now clean. I'm now clean. I am clean. You had Thanksgiving on Saturday. Ooh, you cooked the whole thing? Like yourself? Yourself? You didn't want your filthy Vegas stench coming in here with all your... Whoa, 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 whoa. Adventurous partying and having fun. You streamed it? What? Let me see this. Shout out. Hang on a second. Pumpkin Panic. Let's see if it's on the stream. Guys, check out Pumpkin. This is Pumpkin, by the way, everybody. This is the Pumpkin Panic. Man, I'd eat what you cooked on stream. I'd eat what you cooked on stream in a heartbeat.
Pumpkin Panic. Attack his vineyard of pumpkins. Kill him. Starve him. Make it to where he happens to be courageous.
What is going on up there, man?
We will make a fucking pie.
I don't know if I want to eat that kind of pie.
You are now Rita Repulsa on my channel.
Oh, go. Okay, so now here's the goal. There you go. Kill yourself, you fool. You fool. Just make it easier for me. Just make it easier for me. So the goal is we need to get better wands and we need to get more money if we're going to advance through this dungeon. Now, I have a friend named Dave who is so incredibly good at this game that it hurts. It hurts to watch him play it because he is so much better at it than me. Oh, man. Somebody triggered it and now I don't see the wand twinkle anymore. What if we do... Oh god, look at that. I heard him die. I heard you die. I heard you die. Shielded creatures? All creatures gain a shield? What is this? Oh. Rain cloud. Well, I'll pick it up. I didn't get a chance to really look at... Oh, that's a lot of lava. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of lava. Shuffle, it's kind of fast. That does more damage to my current wand. But I can't go down there. That's ultimate death down there. I still have 100 health. I've yet to take damage. This is crazy. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, let's see here. Doubt you have a clip. That was a lovely clip. I remember when you had a one wand that just destroyed it. Yeah, you remember that? That destroyed everything in its sight? That was awesome. That was a good wand. You have a person that wants me to die when I play Doom, and we call Pinky's chickens, and she called the chicken lady, and her name is Rita. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Ooh, 5 pies, 5 casserole, ham, turkey. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing, Pumpkin. That sounds amazing. Yeah, the thing is we need to get that wand back again, Lux. We need to get a wand that's gonna break the game. We gotta get this thing happening. But, you know, it's level 1, so we'll just do what we can. The scary thing is, we want to move to the left because there's this thing called the Fungal Caverns, which, believe it or not, would not be a pleasant nickname to have. But, it is a place where the enemies are more dangerous and the loot is more valuable. Let's see here. Oh. Ah, take that. Have at ye. Whew. Almost got dynamited. Dynamite! Here we go. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Okay, there's a... Oh, yes. Is this ambrosia? No, it's flamuxium. Flamuxium is not great, but we'll take it as a bargaining piece. Uh-oh. It's doing random. Is it not letting you guys vote? Random perk. You just gained a random perk. I just got strong levitation. Hey, that works out. Oh my. Oh, I have forever levitation. This is a great perk. That worked out really well. Here we go. Die. Weird little grumbly grumblers. The Grundle grumbles. And now, first time on the stage, usually goes by the name of Space, Captain Space, but on this stage he's known as the Fungal Caverns. Give it up for Fungal Caverns. It's not a name you want to be given. It does sound like a... Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a little more dangerous than I... Nope, I'm not going in there. That's weird. That's weird. Where's the Fungal Caverns? Did I miss them? Okay, got 145 bucks. And my wands are pretty trashy. Huh. Give me the gold. Wah! Ha! Oh, geez, you brought dynamite to a wand party. Still have 63 health. That's pretty good. Shotgun monkey. Here we go. Yeah, the dark areas scare me. Oil trail, crap! I'm gonna pee out oil while I fly around. For 30 more seconds? Hoo boy. Let's see here. Oh, sir. Sometimes I like to pretend that the wizard is like a snooty, posh wizard fresh from wizarding school.
Oh, I do say, what a dreadful cavern this is, all covered in fungus.
Oh, wand. Black holes. Yes! This will give me a ton of mobility. 70 bappity bappity bap. Bippity boppity bippity boppity bippity boppity boo. Simonasoo, dissipity soo. This wand is not that great. So this black hole wand will cut through things, but I don't want to waste it. Oh, geez, baby worm. There's a baby worm down there. It's going to anger the gods, and I'm going to get killed by Steve. I can fly forever. I forgot about that. Look at this. Some massive acid damage happened here. Let's see here. If you're being oil, please see a doctor. That his face is with explosive oily discharge is a side effect that you may experience while dealing with wand. Oh my goodness, that wand is a whole new thing for like... Wait, did I ditch? That's where I already ditched a wand, isn't it? Yeah. Many people suffer from wand dysmorphia. I don't know. What's a wand illness we could name? Yeah. Shot you in the belly. Oh. I'm saturated in blood. Okay. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. This place is so carved up. That worm was really having its way with the environment. Alcohol trail. Now I'm being alcohol. Ooh, there's electricity happening up here. It looks like people got up to a lot of shenanigans. Look, see, is the water yep, the water's electrified. Okay, I need to break this cycle by going like this. I am not afraid of you. Boom, shakalaka. Your electricity has no power over me. Ah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's see here. The problem is if these they leave a trail of alcohol every projectile I fire. If these bounce back and hit me, they'll hurt me. So I gotta watch for ricochets. Carnage. Delicious. What's there? I didn't go to 15 years of wizarding school so that I could get blasted in the face by a dynamite-throwing mongrel. Oh. Simply not done. Wait, hang on a second. You may experience while spending too much time in the Fungal Caverns. Yeah. Alcohol trail will occur when exposed to Fungal Caverns for an extended period of time. Title streamer experiences excessive oily discharge from wand. Nightbot was unable to authenticate Twitch's API. What? Dang it! Wait, what happened, Lux? Did I not give you the right permission? Did I not give you the right permission? What's going on? What did I do? How did I break it so that you couldn't do the cool things that I didn't know you know how to do? You know how to do all the cool things. It is a good title. Okay, I got $200 and 60 health. Oh, wow. Man, that fires like a shotgun. Don't come back at me. Uh-oh. What's happening? Sea of water? Whoa, that's a lot of water. Okay, I just manifested a whole bunch of water. This is like working out. This works. It's going okay. Okay, I think we got enough. We got enough money to head to the next. Oh, geez, there's the baby worm. Did it drown? Huh. Okay. Is Steve mad? 20, 40, 60. 20, 40, 60. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. You don't necessarily You know what? I'll get it just for kicks and giggles. It's the first level, so let's take a look. Okay, no. Oh, I have to have those. Oh, spill 2 spells at once. Uh-oh. Okay, oh, I don't have enough. Oh, rats. 240. I don't know, that's awful. Okay, the question is, what can I do? What can I do? What can it be now? Okay, we're just gonna have to make do with... So this is a yes shuffle. We're just gonna have to make do. This will be our throwaway wand. This will be our throwaway wand. Let's see here. I think you might need to remove and install Nightbot again. Oh, I'm guessing that the... Change your Twitch password. Oh, is that what happens? Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll have to do that. Thank you for the heads up. Okay, here are my options. Nope, I don't want that. I already got the levitation. Eat your vegetables. Inflict more damage? No. Remove liquids? Okay, let's see here. Pick up boomerang spells. No. Stronger hearts. I want stronger hearts. That's the one. Okay. Oh, that's so much lava up there. Okay. Oops, I should have done this. Yeah, okay. No, that's right. I did it. Okay. Oh, and I didn't reset my bombs. I didn't reset my bombs. Oh, that's a lot of slime. It's like what people say when they go to a dude's dorm room. Oh, that's a lot of slime. Ow! I just shot myself. Here we go. There's a worm crawling around. You see these worm trails? What is this, Dune? Crying out loud. The makers are angry. There are no enemies. This is weird. Hey, is it letting you guys vote? It doesn't seem like it's letting you guys vote. Doesn't seem like it's letting you guys vote for these, the effects in the game. It's not doing it. Is it not letting you vote? Have we already had this conversation and I missed it? You shall die. I am the kind of wizard who shoots knives. I am Knife Wizard. Woo woo woo. I am Knife Wizard. Wizard of the Knife School. I didn't go to Knife Wizard School to not shoot knives. Why would you shoot anything but knives when you could shoot knives? Oh, 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 oh. What? It's raining oil. Oh, sparkle bolt with timer. Let's see. It's not a good wand. That is not a good wand. I'm going to leave that wand there. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Da-da-da. Here we go. I should have refilled my bombs. I can't believe I didn't. Oh, no. Hey there, worm. Are you going to die in the lava? Okay. 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 There's worms down there, man. There's lots of worms down there. I got it. Ha ha ha, you're welcome. See, when you mix water into the toxic waste, it turns into water. So you can detoxify toxic waste by spraying it with water. Oh, hi there. Oh, no you don't. Ow, no, 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 no. That's in trouble. That's in trouble. Oh, okay. Shuffle, yes, it casts 2 spells at once. It's pretty quick. It's decent mana recharge. But it's got this summon hollow egg. So you fire an egg, and then a spell could pop out of that egg. So I'm going to take it, but I don't think it's going to do much for me. Like, clap, 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 clap. Oh man, that does a lot of damage. How is that doing that much damage? What? Have I misunderstood how hollow eggs are the greatest weapon in the game for such a long time? Ow. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Gonna do this one instead. It's not nearly fast enough. Okay, we're going back to the old guns. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna kill myself with blades. Blade wizard! I am a wizard of the blade! While you were playing games in your room, I was studying the blade. Okay, we gotta go down. Barrel rain? Barrels and other explosives? Oh no. Oh no, no, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. Okay, I gotta go down. I'm going down, down, and I wiggle around. Baby, I'm going down, spinning. Let's see here. Space, I think you need to give me editor role to be able to change the title and game manually. Okay. I will look up how to do that. I need to do Nightbot and editor role. Okay. I'm sorry, Lux. I have failed you. I apologize for having failed you. Nope. Okay. Uh-oh. I can't get through any of these places. I gotta go back into danger to continue to go down. Okay, 29 health is not the end of the world. Go this way. There's just not a lot of enemies right now. Oh, here we go. Alright. Going through. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Ah, yes. I need this. And I need... add mana. I need the drill. Okay, let's see what we can build. Let's see what we can build. All right, let's see here. In the meantime, you're still just chatting and reading Coraline. Yeah, I know, it's okay. That's just how it goes. This will just be on the tail end of that video forever. I've really only got about 15 more minutes left anyway, so that I can play. So let's see here. So this is pretty fast. Its mana recharge isn't great, but what if I put invisible enemies? Oh no. Okay, let's see here. No, what if I put... Oh, it's a little faster, but... This one has no shuffle, but it's slower. What if I say... No. It's not working. This is the best spell in the game. I love this spell. It's not working for me. It's not working for me. That might have to be it for now. That might have to be it for now. Unless I do this. This is stupid. What if I go like... That'll be my backup. This will be my sidearm. See what kind of damage we're doing here. Not a lot. What about this? Okay, that's working okay. It's true. Uh-oh, drunk creatures. It's like being in Vegas with 8. I don't know. You're right, though. She takes very good care of us. She takes very good care of us. Trick greed. Let's get more critical hits. She takes very good care of us. That's the truth. Oh, boy. They're all drunk. That's a benefit. Oh, look. Spores? What's with all the spores? What's this all about? What? Oh, somebody's got a wand that shoots spores. I think the spores explode. Exploding spores? Oh my. That is a really good wand. We'll take it. I don't like the spores, but we'll take it. We'll take it so we can fiddle with it later. Yay. This level is all about range, and the problem is I just equip myself with something that doesn't have a lot of it. This does. Whew, that was close. Oh boy, here we go. Don't have a ton of range, but we're in the level where you need the range. This is how we live. This is how we do it. Oh boy. Hey, shotgun boy. Kill that rat. If I could hit him. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, he's firing. Oh gosh. He's gonna blow himself up with those. He needs to die. He's still alive. Oh gosh. Okay, that was nuts. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad news. We're gonna die. We're gonna die big time. You dogged us? What? Oh. Oh, this is a good wand. It shoots in a crazy way. Oh boy. Let's see what we can do. Might just dig faster with this thing. Might just dig faster with this. Oh, that's what I need. I need sparkle bolts. Okay. It's not a ton. It's not a ton. It's not a ton, but we're taking it. Okay. Oh no, what have I done? I don't trust those spores. I don't trust them. Let's see here. Don't trust those spores. Never trust a spore. What's that? Chili egg? What? What? Oh, these little friends are they're little friends of mine. Egg. Aha! This wand is doing okay. Hostile ghosts? That's not a good idea. Oh, gosh. Oh, fudge. Oh, gosh. Ow. Oh, no, I gotta go the other way. I just saw the electrical monster. Oh! Okay. I gotta go. Getting out of here. There we go. Yep, we're going the other direction. We're gonna bypass them. I'm gonna bypass those shenanigans. Was I already here? Yep, I dropped that. So I'm gonna keep going to the left. What's making that? Aha. Dig straight down. Nope. This game is doing nothing but giving me wands that are going to kill me. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, that'll kill me too, but what can we do? I'm just going to dig straight down. Too many. You seem to have brought a Gatling gun to a crystal fight. Crystal wins every time. Summon a worm. No! I don't need worms. 'Gotty. And that, my friends, is how you kill a giant worm. Do you need to deal with a gigantic worm? We'll take my 5-day course on worm killing for how to handle big worms. Space Captain Space, an expert at handling big worms. Whoa. Ah. They call me the worm handler because of all the giant worms. Let's get out of here. It's an Alaskan bullworm. $200. Egad.
Oh, somebody! Oh, he needs some milk.
Some milk is necessary. Okay, let's see here. We've got... Oh, I got a shield. Purchase energy shield. I can't afford it. Can't afford a lot of this stuff. Let's be honest. Can't afford a lot of it. But what I can do is I can engineer my wands now.
Guess what?
Oh gosh.
I got a fever.
I got a fever.
And the only prescription.
Twitchy. Oh gosh. I can't control my wand. Thank heaven I'm using the right wand. Indeed. Indubitably. I gotta just stay on the simple wand until that thing goes away or we're all gonna die. Okay, let's see here. So this has not the fastest wand, but it's a no shuffle. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna say when it hits, it's gonna hit that. That's the best I can kind of do with that. and then I can speed it up. See what it looks like. Man, that's slow fire rate. It is a slow fire rate.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Well, let's see what happens when I... What does this end up doing? Just runs out of mana, huh? It's kind of better than the other thing, unfortunately. You can get rid of this. It might help a little bit. I think that's my jam right there. Okay, and then... we're screwed. If this is the best wand that I can come up with, we're pretty hosed, my homies. This is Eldritch Portal. Oh, remove liquids. That's great. Here we go. Whoops. Explosive, slimy creatures. Okay. Why is that slower? It shouldn't be slower. It shouldn't be slower. That should be faster. So I'm obviously wrong and confused. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Got a lot of crystals. Okay, homunculus, fungal disease, revenge bullets. All of these are really dangerous. We'll take homunculus. Every time you leave, a friendly homunculus is summoned every time I leave. Oh, there's my friendly homunculus. Hey, buddy. No, I've got the wrong wand equipped. Oh, I summoned a portal that makes giant tentacles come out. It tried to get me. Go away. Go away. Go away. Oh, shoot. Okay. And... bouncy spells. Oh, no. Okay. There's gold to be had down here. Oh, no, 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 no. I might die. Please don't die. Oh, gosh. Gotta get away. I gotta get away. Oh. Whew. Yikes. This is so dangerous. What's happening? Got-y. Okay, that worked out okay. Oh, gosh. Somebody down there's got a wand. He's got the wand. Oh, I'm gonna die. This is where I die. Unless I can kill him. Did he die? Did he drop it? Okay. Okay. Whoa, hang on tight, everybody. This place is a freaking whiskey potion, huh? burn. Let it burn. Okay, I'm apparently drunk. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, everything is so dangerous. I'm seriously like clenched so tight right now. Oh, there's explosives everywhere. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Sea of oil. Everything's burning. Everything's burning. Oh boy. Oh my. Oh jeez. Everything's on fire. Oh my. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go sideways. A little sniper man. Oh, that was right in the kisser. Oh, he got me. Focus. Focus. Alamadocus. Oh, jeez. Whew. Oh, gosh. Sometimes you just have to let an exploding crystal do the work for you. You know what I mean? Why do for yourself what an exploding crystal can do for you in an instant? Remove ground? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That was awful. That was terrifying. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 30 health. I got this, I got this, I got this. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. 5 health. No problem. Oh boy. Well, you know, you win some and you lose some. That was a pretty good run. And it is time for me to get going, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it is time for me to get going. Let's see here. So, that was an awfully awesome adventure. We had a really good time. It was fun hanging out with everybody. I had a really good time tonight. Let's take a look at what our options are here. Let's find somebody to raid. No, that was not you. Absolutely no. The ground exploding was an awesome adventure. The bullet that entered my face was my fault. That was my fault. That's what happened. All right, no worries at all. That was a ton of fun. You guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We finished Coraline tonight. We finished Coraline. So, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be editing those episodes together. It was right on my head, too. It was right on my head. That was perfect. That was perfect. So for the next couple of days, I'm going to be editing those together. So in the future, expect to see some pretty solid and pretty regular releases of the Coraline chapters from chapter 8 to chapter 13, finishing up Coraline. So we did it. We did it, guys. It was a blast. We did it. So we've got now online people. We've got Cobra playing Jurassic World Evolution. We've got Af Corey playing Resident Evil Village. We've got Twippet playing Pokemon Brilliant. What is it? Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl, and we've got Ayaku playing Terraria. What should we see? I've rated Ayaku recently. I don't remember who Twippet is. Or AF Corey. But I've got him here. You know what I mean? What would you guys rather see? Pokemon or Resident Evil? That's the question. What do you think? Pokemon or Resident Evil? What are you up for? Pokemon. Okay. I got one for Pokemon. Anybody else? Naked Beer Ice is spoken. All right, let me see here. Pokemon sounds good. Let's make sure I'm sending you guys in the right direction then. All right. Bam. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining me on this awesome adventure tonight. I had an absolute blast reading Coraline with you guys. I look forward to doing another reading in the future. If anybody has any suggestions for books for me to read in the future, head on over to the Discord. That's the top link right there. Go ahead and just let me know in the Discord what you guys would like. We hang out in there. Everybody join if you'd like to be a part of the crew. We've got a YouTube channel where we're going to be putting these videos up. So I'm going to have them in a playlist, edited together without any mistakes in them. That's going to be nice and clean, and so you can check out Coraline, the entire book, read aloud on my YouTube channel there. And also, I'm a video game developer. I'm working on a video game called Orbitals with two of my buddies. We're doing the best we can to make our dreams come true. Go check the game out. And I've had an awesome time with you guys tonight. My name is Space. I have been your space captain for this evening. Thank you for coming along with me on this voyage and this journey and this adventure. We are now headed towards Twippet, who is playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Thank you so much, Lux. Thank you guys for coming along. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I couldn't do this without you guys. I could not do this without you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. When you get on over there, make sure and be as friendly as you can. Give them say ahoy to let them know where you're coming from. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you again, guys. Love you.
They can shift gears, huh? Yeah, it's fancy. Let's see if you know how to ride it properly. Whoa! Space, Captain Space, thank you so much for the raid. How's your stream, dude? Welcome on in, everybody. Let me shout you out real quick. Ahoy! Hello! How's it going, guys? It was good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Shout out. Here you go. Yeah, welcome on in. Playing Just Chatting. Nice. Feeling good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, of course. We're just getting into some Pokemon today. We're playing the new Diamond and Pearl remakes.